All right, welcome to this next session. And I want to iterate that I know that we are on the operators, MATLAB operators section. So these are not really operators, right? But since we're talking about relational and logical operators, we may have as well just pause to talk about relational and logical functions, right? This is the ideal place to talk about that. And relational and logical functions will yield results just like the operators, right? They will tell us whether something is true or is false, all right? And many of them start with the is something, all right? So for example, we have x, okay? What's the value of x we gave? Okay, let's say x is equal to 2, for example, all right? So we want to know, is this 2, for example, here a character, all right? So for that, we will say is sha x, all right? I will press enter 0. Why? Because x is not a character, all right? So you understand what I'm talking about here, the result of these functions already. So if I say is numeric, on the other hand, numeric will check whether a particular the entry there is a number, all right? So x is a number. Yes, x is a number, all right? What is x an integer? Because we have written there 2, right? Is it an integer? No, it isn't an integer. But if I say is integer of int of x, so you remember under data types we talked about the data conversions, right? So excuse me, undefined function int. All right, let me just, okay, int 32, sorry, okay, 32-bit, 16-bit, we have to indicate that. Good. So is x an integer? Yeah. All right, so now that we have converted, it is actually an integer. All right, good. So you have a number of these functions. All right, so asking a question, what is the result of 1 divided by 0, for example, in MATLAB? That's infinity, all right? It's the variable inf, or it is inf, all right? And there is a possibility of checking whether a computation you've done is inf, all right? So you can just say is inf x, and in this case it should give us true, right? So obviously is inf of something like 3 will not give us true, right? So that would be 0. Okay, so you remember we did a particular conversion from string to double, and we wanted to convert a name, maybe like my own name, Loic, and it gave us the answer nan. You remember that, right? And nan stands for not a number. So you can actually check whether a particular computation is not a number. All right. So let's say is nan this computation. All right, that should give us 1. Okay. So you can use the negation sign in front of these things, okay, if you want to have the opposite of these values, and that should give you 0. All right, so you can see the flexibility of MATLAB as we are going. All right, so there's also is logical if you want to check whether the value is necessarily true or false. Something I've not been saying ever since. MATLAB recognizes every non-zero value as true. All right, so let me say is logical, for example, and I say is logical maybe 3. Oh, the answer there is not true. Okay, in this case it checks the type. Yeah, in this case it should check the type. All right, but we'll see a different example where you actually understand that MATLAB sees every value that is not equal to 0, all right, as true. Okay, so is logical x greater than 3, for example, and that should give us 1. Okay, because as we saw, this particular expression will give us a Boolean, okay, and that Boolean is of type logical. But I want to give you a very strong shortcut that to do all of these things, okay, you can simply use the function is all right, and is expects 2 inputs: what you want to check, for example x, and what type do you want to check that x is. So you want to say, is x, for example, an integer? That's 0, right? Because x is not an integer. But is ui int, okay, or is int 32 of x an integer? Yes. All right. So with this, you can check anyone. Okay, that's just a shortcut. You want to check, is it a float? Float? Yes, it's a float, right? Is it numeric? Yes, it is. It is numeric. Okay, is it double? You can check all of those. All right. Good. So that being said, I would like us to see a number of functions again, but this time around under arrays. All right. So arrays. Let me create a vector. Let me create a vector. Okay. 1:5. For example, okay, you can know whether a particular array is a row vector or a column vector, for example. Okay, it's just to say is column. MATLAB is so interesting, my God. Oh God, it makes life so easy for engineers and scientists. All right, so easy. You don't stress. It's column, and that should give you 0, right? But if I say is column of the transpose of this, normally that's a row vector, right? If I transpose it, it becomes a column vector, and I press, then yes, it's 1. All right, but let's try is row. Okay, sorry. Let's try is row. That gives me 1, okay, because V is a row vector. So you can check that. You can also check whether a matrix is empty or not. Okay, so if I say V, that should give me 0 because V is not empty. But if I say V, for example, is equal to an array like that and I put nothing inside, okay, and I check whether it's empty V, what will you see? V is equals to 1. All right, so to say is true. Each time we're saying 0 here, it means false. Each time we're saying 1, it means true. I hope the language is clear by now. Okay, so you remember we had a certain A and we had a certain B, right? So let me transform that B. We'll transform the B. But we wanted to check at that point whether A, for example, was greater than or equals to B or something like that, okay? There is a function that enables us to do that in MATLAB. You can say is equal and you say A, comma B, right? And that gives you 0 because A is not equals to B in this case. All right, but let me create a variable C and say C, for example, is equal to A. All right, that gives me A, and now I'll say is equal A and C. That gives me 1. So there's the difference here. Okay, in the case where we're using relational operators, if I say A equal to C, it gives me another array, all right, because it does element-wise comparison. But the function is equal will give me just one answer. It will check all of the entries and tell me whether it is actually true or false as one answer. So that's is really a plus. Okay, you can also know we saw V, all right, already cancelled V, or let's just recreate V, all right. We saw V. You can also know whether a particular vector or an array is sorted. It means is it in ascending or descending order. Let me say is sorted V. So this gives me 1 because V is sorted, right? We've said 1 to 5. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. But if I create V as maybe, let me say Randy, okay, any random number, and I say 5, for example, and then let's say 1,5. I have that, and then I say again, sorry, and then I say again is sorted V. That gives me 0, right? Because V is not organized, and you can check like that whether it is in ascending order or in descending order. So let me say, for example, the V here 1:5. Okay. What did I want to do here? What did I want to do here? Good. So it's sorted V, and I want to know whether it is sorted in descending order. So I will say descend, and that's 0, right? Because V in this case is sorted how? It's sorted in ascending order, right? But if I say V is equals to 5 is to -1 is to 1, that's sorting in descending order, right? And I check that condition again, it should give me 1. All right, and all of these functions on arrays, they work exactly the way we saw sum. You remember sum, right? Exactly the way we saw sum. Okay, so for example, if I say A, or let me use B, okay, if I say is sorted, is sorted B, in this case, it will look at all of these columns right here. Okay, it will check this column 1, is it sorted? Column 2, is it sorted? Column 3, is it sorted? In ascending order by default. All right, and then give me the final result of whether each column is sorted. If you want to know whether the rows are sorted, you have to put comma 2, okay, for the next dimension. So all of that, you can look at the previous video on sum and order line to understand this better, or you better you can still go to the help function to see how all of this works. So lastly, we want to see two last functions. Okay, I can know, for example, if all of the elements in a particular matrix are greater than 5. All right, but let me just be clear on that. Okay, these are the elements in a particular matrix A. All right, if I say A greater than 4, A greater than 4, greater than 4, greater than 4, yeah, so that gives me 1 1 0 0. All right, this is an information, it gives me another array. All right, but I may want to check if all of them are greater than 4 or not. I don't want to get all of these details. I want one answer. Is it true that all the elements are greater than 5 or not? All right, so in this case I will say all right, and then I will say A greater than 5, but even so it is not okay. Okay, because this works like, as I explained, the sum and everything. It will check whether all of let me put A again here. It will check whether all of the first column of A is greater than 5 and give me the answer here. Check whether all of the second column is greater than 5 and give me the answer here. So if I do the same thing and then I apply it to the second dimension, it still gives me 0 0, right? Because 5 is not greater than 5. Okay, but let's try to change it and say equal to, because I need a 1 somewhere. All right, let me put A again. So you see that now it compares this first row, all of the elements there are greater than or equal to 5. Okay, so that's why we have 1 here. And then this second here, none of them. Okay, that's why we have 0 there. So what if I want to check the whole matrix and I want just one value? Okay, for that I'll just do, okay, all and do a column here. You remember what this does, right? This index will transform this into a column vector with all of the elements of the array represented. Okay, so if I do that, whether it is 2 or 1, it doesn't change anything. All right, oh sorry, it changes, so I have to leave it like that. Okay, so are all of the elements in A, sorry, greater than or equal to 5, 0. All right, but look at this. We did all A and then press enter and it gave us 1. Why? Because A has no 0 value. All right, and then MATLAB sees all of these as true. Okay, so when you say all A, you are asking if all of A is true. All right, and it tells you yes, all of A is true because there is no 0 value in A. So let me just try to insert a 0 value somewhere. 1, 2. All right, for example, is equal to 0, and I press enter, and let's try that all A again. Okay, what does that give me? 0. Why? Because all of A is not 0. All right, so that does that for the function all. But there is a last function known as any, okay, which is somehow the opposite of A. It works just like the logical and all right? And all means that all of them have to respect the condition that you have put within the brackets. All of the elements within the matrix have to respect the condition that you have put within the bracket. But when you say any, it means if even one of them respect that condition, then it should be true. So for example, if we say any of A, the answer should be 1, right? Because there is at least one element in A that is true, all right, which is different from 0. Okay, so when we say if we say all of A is all of A, actually that's what we're asking, is all of A greater than 3, or let me say is all of A, yeah, greater than 3. Okay, greater than 3, 0, right? Because in A we have 0, we have 1. Okay, so that's not true. But is any of A greater than 3? It means is any item in A greater than 3? 1, because you have at least something like 5 there that is greater than 3. So that's sufficient to make it true. All right. So the advantages with all of this is that it does a very huge comparison in the matrix and then gives you just one logical answer with which you can work. All right. So there are a plethora of these functions in MATLAB. If you go to your help and you type something like is star, okay, is star, you go to your documentation and type is star, all right, and press enter, you should have a very good comprehensive list of all of these functions right there, and you can go through them because believe me, they are handy. All right, and as we are working together, not only in this course but even in the channel in general, you shall see how handy these functions are. All right, so the next section will be working on MATLAB editor, and see you in the next one. All right.